Hi, darling. Welcome back to Wow Parenting. Sushmita Sen became Miss Universe. Of course, she made that statement which is etched so clearly in my mind over here. When she was asked that what makes a woman special, she said, a woman teaches what sharing and caring is all. Is it very important for people to have their own child? I mean, most people go for adoption either because they cannot reproduce a child mutually, or because they already have a gender and they don't want to risk the second child of the same gender and they want to have a balanced family. And I've seen many parents of both kinds. So somebody has a daughter and they adopt a son, somebody has a son and they adopt a daughter, or somebody has been wanting to have their own child 6 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years into marriage, and after all medical support and all the prayers to the Almighty, they have not been able to get their own child, then they recourse to adoption. Most people, I'm not saying all, but most people adopt children through one of these two paths. So the reporter must have been very curious when they asked Sushmita to culture, I wanted to grow somebody as a person. I'm not so passionate about having my child born through my womb, but I want to be a mother. You know, after I read this, almost in every parenting program that I've done across the world, I often begin with this question to the entire audience: why did you become parents? And I get funny answers. Answers like, we were married for about 3 years, I thought it's time. Really? I get answers like, my grandmother's health was falling and she had this demand and this need and this desire to see a great grandchild before she passes on. Hence, we decided to have a child. Really? I've also heard situations where marriage was not going great, so we thought maybe the child can bind us create such an exceptional human being in this world. Somebody who will make this world